So I've been telling a story a lot lately. It's about legacy, and I think about how well my brother just spoke at my father's memorial about legacy and how he didn't leave us money, but he left us his name. That really hits home for me in a special way because I never really knew how I was going to apply my creative skill that I had as a kid. My parents were thinking about architecture. I don't know that I was ever sure what that was, but point is I never really understood how I would translate the creative skill that I had or interest I had as a child. I mean, I had some skill even at that age to my life, but it was always my focus. Like I always knew I was gonna do something with it. I just didn't know what. I was trying to do. I remember I was trying to do cartoons in the paper. I contacted the Tulsa World and sent them one of my comics strips. They liked it. It said that they wanted 35 weeks or something like that. I mean, my sister Dara even tried to help me come up with jokes and stuff, but that didn't really pan out. Once I discovered graphic design, and it just fit like a glove. It just fit like a glove, and I was sure that this is what I wanted to do. Well, I just started doing things for as many people as I could. Free stuff for pastors at the churches that I would be going to, and just friends and family, and did a couple of things for my dad, and really just making it a part of my life. Had regular jobs in that time, but just it was just a part of my life, and didn't know where I was going to take it, how far it was going to go, or whatever. Well, the story goes that I just wasn't making enough money, as a entrepreneur on my own, and I just needed to get it. Just came down to where my daughters were just born, and they were young, and I needed to get a job. I just needed to get a job, and so my clients at the time, I had several clients, and they were disappointed, that I was going to have to stop doing it. I might not really stop, but just I wouldn't have a whole lot of time anymore if I got a regular job. And they were saying, well, you need to get something in your field. Didn't even dawn on me that I could do that, because I thought you needed a college degree. I thought I'd give it a shot, so I just went online and started to send in applications, or at least find out which companies were hiring, and then send them what portfolio I had, which wasn't much. I had done a couple of years worth of projects. So I ended up getting a call back from one of those creative agencies to come in for an interview, and I was shocked. So I went in. The company was called Dreamstar Group. I walked through the door. Hustle, bustle, fast paced. People were, just a lot of energy. And I was kind of impressed. I was like, wow, I just felt like I walked into a machine with just seeing the inner workings of a machine. And so I sat down with the other people to interview, and quickly noticed the age range of the people that were next to me and around. They were young. They were pretty young. I was 23 or something at the time, which was young, but man, I was actually the old guy in the room at the time. And I was aware of this. So, which kind of made me feel a little bit insecure, like, wow, maybe I waited too long to get into this, because it was a tech career. They call me into the room, and I go back there when it was my turn, And I'm sitting here in this room with I guess the hiring, there's two hiring managers. Both of them are very young. They look like they're about 19, 18, maybe even a little younger than that. But they were really young. No, there was three of them. And one of them just really, I could tell he obviously just I was not on his radar at all. I could tell the whole time. Like, he didn't say much. There was one guy who was like, he was more engaging and actually asking me questions, and like he seemed like he actually was interested to see if, he was giving me a real shot. His name was Jesse. But he was a cool guy. I actually ended up working with him. I guess that was a spoiler alert that I actually got the job, but this is how it happened. So I'm tanking in this interview, right? I don't know. They're wanting to know. So I'm a graphic designer at the time. I do websites, but I do them through kind of a hack that I knew with some of the builders that I knew how to use. And so I didn't really know code, really know how to do the back end of the coding. I just knew the front end and how to design it. And these guys were quickly getting the picture. This guy's just a Photoshop guy, and they were losing interest. Except for, Jesse, he seemed like he was giving me like, so he was pulling up different stuff. So you think you could do something like this? And what about this style? And I was like, yeah, sure, I could do that style. And the other guys had kind of completely lost interest. And a guy walks through the door, black man, bald. I'd never seen him before. He walks through the door and dismisses the three young guys. And he closes the door behind him. And I don't know what to think. I'm like, uh-oh. I thought he was going to sit down and go, who do you think you are coming and applying here? You're making a fool of all of us. I didn't know what he was going to tell me. But he came and sat. He pulled up a chair right in front of me, like a couple of feet in front of me, leaned forward. He just asked me, what is your name? I said, Darlin Tucker. He said, Tucker, I know your dad. I was like, oh, okay. And he proceeded to tell me who he was. It was a short conversation, but he didn't prolong the point, but he explained who he was and stuff. And he's like, I'm going to give you a shot. How much do you need? And I said, what, money? Yeah, I was that naive. Yeah, I had no idea what to ask for. And maybe that'll preach too. Like, I should have been prepared to know what to ask for, but I just told him what my bill, basically what I needed to get to pay my bill. I was just like, well, if I can have at least this much, then I can supplement the rest of my. He was like, done. Then I thought maybe I should have asked for more. But yeah, he was like, done. And he shook my hand, and man, that was the beginning. I got in my car and just thank God. And I just appreciate the life that he lived. I appreciate what kind of deposit he made in me, what he left with me. You can't buy that. You can't buy that. Since then, just realizing, living, getting to know more people as an adult, you realize how many people aren't doing what they love doing, and how rare that is to be able to, be doing what you enjoy and what you've always dreamed about as a kid. Just there's no words. And then thinking about how just that was all made possible. I just walked through a door that was open, not because my father knew anybody, necessarily made some phone call for me, and he had no clue I was even there. But his name paved the way for me, and I will be forever grateful. And I just love him for that. I just love him for just being the person he was. And he always said he was proud of me, but I just, hope I just continue to make him proud and build on the legacy he left.